I have an issue. I follow a cycle where I pick up something for a short amount of time and often quit despite making a promise to reach a certain goal. I mean, in other words, I'm just a quitter. But I'm not gonna let that title hang over my head. The goals that I often make and drop pertain to video games I have interest in or content. And most of these games I make goals in are competitive games. And if we're getting more specific, we're talking about fighting games. Now, the reason these goals are dropped is because of one specific thing, and that's just because it's too hard. And then I just doom scroll whatever short form content rots my brain. This time is different though, because I set my eyes on 2xKO. I've always wanted to jump back into tag fighters, and with this game being fairly new, still, kind of, sort of, it's still in season 0, I wanted to take this opportunity to just jump back in and learn with everyone else. What exactly is the goal, you may be asking? Learn a certain combo, certain characters, or reach a rank like Emerald or Diamond? Well, for the past month, I set the goal to reach the highest rank in the game. How's that? And I documented my whole experience. Alright, let me give you a quick rundown of the game. 2xKO is a 2v2 tag fighting game, so instead of getting one character's life bar down to 0, you gotta do that for 2 characters. You can temporarily call your characters in for assists to help you navigate around the stage and pressure your opponents or help extend your combo. And the game allows for you to interact with the 2v2 system in various unique ways with the fuses it offers. Fuses pretty much give you unique playstyles to your overall team synergy, like Double Down, which lets you combo one character's super into the next, which is called a delayed hyper combo, or DHC for short. 2x assists, which allows you to throw out your assists twice in a row. Freestyle, which is honestly one of the coolest things in a fighting game ever, which allows you to tag your characters twice in a single sequence, which essentially just looks like and then there are 2 other fuses that let you only play one character with certain buffs, which is honestly great for beginners and can be genuinely scary to fight against at times, but I want the full experience. Alright, you got that? Because that's only just the tip of the iceberg. I don't even think that's the tip of the iceberg. Let's pick our character. There are a lot of factors that go into my character selection when it comes to any game with a roster, but more than anything, they just gotta fit in my hand. And first up, we got our boy, the staple, Blitzcrank, the steam golem, near indestructible automation from Zon. He's a silly little grappler. I like playing him in League of Legends. Riot, please add Beastcrank to the game, and my life is yours. And the character's also gotta look cool, which is why next up we got Warwick, the uncaged wrath of Zon, drawn to blood, driven by its scent. Alright, so we got the team. Now it's time to practice extensively, figure out each characters, the combos, the buttons, and alright, we're going straight into ranked. I don't know what my plan was there. I already got the hit with Warwick. I don't know why I tagged into Blitzcrank. That. Oh, I had a weird buffer. Help me, please. I'm not scared of you. I'm all powered up. I want to hug. Oh! You know, I feel like a part of why I'm losing is because I'm just like hacking up way too much. I should just get in there.
Alrighty then.
Am I dead? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Get out of there, Warwick. I need them to guess for me. You guessed wrong. Okay. I forgot what my OTG was. I should have just done OTG. Then I bring in Blitz, and then I make them guess. Oh god, they rolled. They knew. He's dead. Alright, go in there. Oh! Crossed up. I labbed a single combo for both of these characters and took the time to understand a bit of the game's mechanics, but my lack of knowledge on synergy and pressure was definitely going to catch up on me. So for the first couple of sessions on rank, whenever I was on defense or needed to start pressure, it felt like I was just doing this. And then I ended off my placement matches with myself in Platinum rank. Not terrible at all. In fact, it's right at the halfway point of the rank ladder. So I just gotta polish things up and I should make it to grandmaster in no time, right? After quite a bit of thinking, I realized that I might be struggling a bit with this team. I played quite a lot, both on and off stream. Stream on weekdays at 6 at twitch.tv/atomicred if you want to see me struggle in fighting games or any other game. Tune in, but you gotta tune in. I just wanted to make my presence more known and neutral, and doing that with two big bodies is certainly possible, especially with Warwick, but it just simply didn't click with me. So I experienced a minor character crisis while trying to understand how I wanted to play. So I may have given into a bit of temptation and tried to echo on Yasuo, and it's totally not because they're top tier. No, it's not because they're top tier. No, it's not like I gravitate towards top tiers consistently. Nah, that can't be it. I got a good friend of mine, Aoi Kuiper, to help me understand what I needed to work on, better my fundamentals, different skills that I was lacking in, and she is a great fighting game player, high rank strive player, great fundamentals all around, and even gets top 8 in various games. So with my confused ass and her solid fundamentals, it went just as well as you expected.
Let's play time bomb instead, Loki.
Oh, it's all up to me. It's my job.
No,
to get in.
whoa.
No, it's all up to me. It's all up to me.
You calm down.
I got this. You said if it hits, do my projectile super?
Yeah.
I got you. And it's just
Okay,
still.
ready?
Right.
Show me!
Hold on, no. Oh, hold on. It was too late. I didn't know. I didn't.
Super assist right now. Super assist right now. Super assist right now. Super assist. Please. Show.
How do I do that? Okay, this looks like this really hurts.
Oh, really? Imagine if my teammate could do something about it.
I did. See? I'm goated.
Don't burst us. That's fine. I'm gonna yeah, save the Fury.
I'm breaking for you.
No, Joe.
Why? Anyways, my bad, Sophia. I'm still a good player though, right? Like I'm goated though. This is another case of characters I thought looked cool and will be fun to play, and they are. Don't get me wrong.
I don't think of the image where he's like crossing his legs with his hands out.
Oh, I gotta lock in and play Yasuo for a second. Fuck.
You just said lock in, you win wall, stinger like 3 times, you got hit.
Yeah, no, that's locking
bro.
in. That's locking in. But they just weren't simply my style. They weren't what I was looking for in a tag fighter. Now let me tell you something. Throughout the full release of the game, I was doing a bunch of heavy experimenting on what I want, trying out new characters and stepping outside of my comfort zone to get a better grasp of the game. I played the closed betas, and when I was messing around with the game during that time, there was one character that just clicked with me and got me up to Emerald rank. And that character is Vi, the hot-headed, impulsive, and fearsome woman that wields the mighty— Oh, she got electric. She got electric. Oh my god, she got electric. So I settled for my old beta team, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, my ultimate team is Vi and Blitzcrank. Oh yeah, Blitzcrank's back. Now you may be wondering, couldn't have all this just been settled in the first week and save me a lot of time and progress to continue going forward? And to that I say, it could have. With my team now set, I understand my goal. We're playing Rushdown. Vi is the point character, or my first character up, and I gotta use her special dash to get in, while Blitzcrank, my secondary, or Yanker, covers me with his rocket grab. Once I'm in, they gotta guess whether I'm going to hit them or throw them. In other words, strike, throw. And keeping a strategy as simple as this with only 2 consistent combos work. I think a lot of people play fighting games through lenses that make everything seem daunting. I said it before, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keeping a simple strategy helps give you the baseline that you need to make progress as a player. This game plan helped me get all the way up to Platinum with very little tweaks I had to make. Now climbing up all the way to Emerald made me realize that the further I go with this simple strategy, the less and less effective it gets, because more players are way more knowledgeable than a simple strike throw game plan. So eventually I was stuck in Emerald, and that's what I had to deal with on week 3. So the initial issue was that I was playing linear. I had my game plan of strike throw, but it wasn't really anything fancy at all. And I felt like this didn't really click with me until I started scouring through a bunch of resources until I found this video by Brian F. This video does a fantastic job on how to figure out your structure and game plan if you're just starting out into XKO. And it's very helpful, so I'll leave a link in the description below. But the video showed me a very simple change that I had to make in order to make my pressure way more scary, and that's something as simple as stagger pressure. So say you're doing a string of moves to keep your opponent blocking, or a block string, and you do something like this. Light, light, crouch light, medium, heavy, special, call assist. You're keeping your opponent locked down, and maybe you could even be sneaky and add a strike or throw after this. But there's no real scary threat. All your opponent has to do is hold down back to block and respond to what you're doing afterwards, which I mean is already an inherent mix-up of strike throw. But if you're doing that sequence over and over again with no real changes, there's defensive mechanics for the opponent to easily get out of the situation, such as push block and retreating guard. In order to make this pressure better, all you have to do is just do your regular string, and then midway through, run up and throw them. It mixes up the timing. Now if your opponent sees this coming, they're going to press a button to stop you from dashing up and throwing them. So, you do your string again and delay your next hit. And now you know how stagger pressure works. Good job. Take this diploma from Stagger Pressure University. You got it. You win. So I polished the scale better on top of learning how to work with my team better. I would often do this Blitzcrank combo right here, which would do quite a lot of damage on Blitzcrank by himself, but it would also not allow me to DHC and survive super. So if I ever wanted to cash out a bit more super damage and close out a round, I'd reroute my combos so I could do Blitzcrank super and Vi super. Oh yeah, we got some pressure, we got a better idea of synergy, and I'm at diamond already? Okay, diamond rank. This should be no different than what I did before. Just keep doing my usual game plan, climb up to diamond 2, and it pushed me into the mushroom. Oh yeah, that's dead. We're falling out of it, so I had to. Oh, okay. This is really rough. Could be the move, but I just need to get my like sway light out. Ooh, that was supposed to be push block, but I seriously can't check these? There's a very noticeable wall here. At this point in the journey, I felt like I was really bashing my head against a brick wall. I have a decent understanding of my team and what to do with them, but this game got extremely overwhelming at this stage. I made it up to Diamond and played a lot off stream, which led to a lot of cycling up and down into the subdivisions of rank. One day, I'd make it close to the next subdivision, then the next day, I'd sink far down because my stubborn playstyle did not hold up to the more structured players. So I ended up playing a bit more patiently, and that definitely helped with placing my buttons better rather than getting frame trapped every 2 seconds because I thought a string would be over. But there was just so much happening in this game to a point where it's kind of difficult for me to exactly pinpoint what I needed to work on. So mentally, during this point in time, I was looking over a replay and going, we got several problems to work on. Okay, we need to work more on combo optimization and potentially swapping up the fuse because everyone, and I mean everyone, is saucing on me. And our prime suspects are this guy, this rat, these 2 women, this guy, her, and yes, even those 2. You just pointed out every character in the roster. Where's Warwick? Oh, okay. So up the execution, up the pressure in the mix, get more convoluted combos and setups, and maybe, just maybe, we need to add the rat in our team because we need some dirt in this doggone world. Or just push block. What? Yeah, just push block more. It helps us get out of sticky situations more consistently. The iPhone told me that, and yeah, no, it works. No, look at his advice. There's no way that'll work. There it is. There it is. Oh wow, that really helped a lot. Okay, there's a lot to unpack here. I'd really like to thank Diaphone for taking time out to give me a pointer for this journey. If you don't know Diaphone, he's one of the greatest fighting game players of all time, mastering a variety of different fighting games, and also one of the go-to content creators for the FGC. He also posts really helpful guides and great quality content, so I'd highly recommend checking him out if you already haven't. I'll link his channel in the description as well. His response allowed for me to really take a step back from overloading my brain and truly keep things simple to advance. Being more aware of my defense is just as important, if not more important, to being aware of my offense. Understanding my usage of push block more helped me create space and even tagging my assists closing the gap. And this also helped me avoid getting pushed into the corner very frequently, even getting punishes from time to time. Now it's important to understand that this isn't the only thing that I need to work on. There were two small things. I needed better ways to close out the round, and I also needed to get in. To start with getting in, I gotta use the If I space myself out in neutral correctly, I can use Vi's S1 to launch myself forward to reach the opponent. To cover myself, I use Blitzcrank's back assist to cover the air. So I'm covering both the ground and the air with my approach. And if either attack hits, I get a conversion. It may not be the most damage, but it leads them closer to the corner, and that's exactly where I need them to be. If they jump, Blitzcrank will pull them in, and it will still be my turn. And if they block the incoming bionic arm, then I would just be safe, if I spaced it correctly. Next thing, I never use Fury Dash. All right, I gotta explain Fury. So if you're down a character in a round and still have meter for your burst, it changes into Fury, which gives you quite a handful of buffs such as buffing your damage, reducing your damage intake, increase your movement speed, regenerate your health fast, and also dash cancel every move at the cost of a bit of a Fury. Pair that with two heavy hitters and all right, there we go. I was definitely on a hot streak at this point in ranked, and I have a confession to make. I spent a bit of money. I know. I had no defense, but like, I just want to boom boom Blitzcrank. I just wanted to complete the boxing aesthetic with my boy, that's it. But like, Blitzcrank is not a boxer at all. He punches, but he's a grappler. He's a wrestler more than anything else. But y'all ever watch Real Steel? Yeah, I was not at a good mental state in this rank. I think this was probably the lowest point that I've reached when it came to my entire rank journey, and I had a strong case of imposter syndrome. Like, at this rank, I felt like everyone else had the game figured out but me. And despite everything that I learned, it just felt like I was still bashing my head against a brick wall. And at that point, the thought just dawned on me. Like, damn. Am I really just a dog shit player that just got here with no skill and by chance? Will my self-worth and journey just be for nothing because other players will see this, think that I'm a dog shit player, and consider the game bad? Like, it was just those types of thoughts that just ran around in my head. And with that mindset, everything just came crashing down. I was forgetting simple situations, scenarios, dropping the most easiest combos, and everything was just simply overwhelming. I was at a severe low point. Like, it was really daunting to see people do their fancy combos, their setups, their 8-layer burrito mix-ups. But in reality, does it really matter? No. No, it doesn't matter at all. Because I'm a better player than what I was when I first started this journey. And that's all that really counts for me right now. I think a lot of the time when people improve in any sort of game, the main factor that stops them is ego. Because why play the game when there's someone out there who's better than me and they're actively kicking my ass? Because those same players got their ass beat so many times as well when learning fighting games. Do you want to know what's the difference between that person and you who's just about to put down that controller and quit the game? They kept getting back up. Now, burnout is a real situation, and it's okay to take a break from whatever goal or activity you're pursuing. You'll even come back a better player after a much-needed break, and that's what I did every week. I would just take either a day or two off and just shut myself out from fighting games, and I just go back into what I needed to do. It was a great time to decompress and not really stress myself out over this goal, because realistically speaking, I had a lot of time to do this. And I was kind of getting through everything quite fast with each week. And once I got back on after those breaks, I came back swinging. Does this kill? It does. Wow. Yeah. That's not invincible. Okay. Goes up into the corner. All right. Okay, I was about to say good tech. No fury for you. Give me your points. Give me your points. The main thing I wanted to focus on was just being aware of my gameplay and making my hits count. All the fancy stuff would just crowd my brain. I already knew my simple pressure and conversions. If I tried to strain myself with niche setups at this stage, then it'll only get me more confused. So all I had to really focus on was honing on what I already know and just some minor optimizations. Now at this point I was at the final stretch. I was at Master 3, almost about to make it to Grandmaster within the next couple of matches. And I feel like at this point of a journey that someone makes, there's typically like a dramatic secret trick or a clutch factor that closes it out. But in reality, there wasn't really anything. There was no trick. I just stuck with what I worked with. And after weeks of overcomplicating things and being overwhelmed by a tag fighter after being away for so long, I had more confidence. Okay. Okay. I don't know why I didn't parry those other two times. Don't focus on the numbers, don't focus on the numbers, just play, just play, just play, just play, just play.
Cracked inside a kiln between the firing. We are gotta break sometime. You glazed it anyway. Screamed across the city from a windowsill. We are gotta break sometime. That's all you had.
I don't know what that was.
The more I know, the less I seem to care. Weighted down by everything and falling through the air. And the more I hold.
Please tell me that was it. Please tell me that's the rank up.
But hey, we all gotta break sometime.
That's gotta be it, right? That's gotta be it. Ah! Oh, finally! God! Over. It's over. We did it. Oh, it's over. That took a month? A little over a month? And there it is. From being all scrambly and unaware of what was going on at all in the game to closing out rounds with confidence and efficiency. I've done it. I've completed my journey of ranking up to Grandmaster. Now, does this mean that I've beat ranked and I'm a strong 2x KO player, one of the best in the world that could go out there and compete and win grand prizes? Far from it. No, not even close. But really, that wasn't the whole point of this journey at all. If you want to reach a goal, you have to work at it consistently. I reached my goal of making it to Grandmaster and overall becoming a better player while going at it. And that may be impressive to someone who doesn't play fighting games as much as I do, but does that make me the next Sonic Fox? No, it doesn't at all. Hell, Grandmaster isn't even the highest rank. oh yeah, that thing is back, that would go to Challenger rank. And Challenger rank is given to the top 100 players in the grandmaster rank leaderboard alone. Once you make it to grandmaster, you're playing a completely different rank system. I need to reiterate that where I am at right now means that I'm a better player than myself when I first started this journey. This whole segment isn't to belittle grandmaster and to say that this journey was all for nothing. I set a goal, I worked consistently to reach it, and I did it. I'm proud of myself as a player because I looked at something that was intimidating, tackled it, and came out with a better understanding of it. And that's really what I wanted this entire time. I think overall, making it to grandmaster was just more so a title to help benchmark my goal. And if there's anything that I want you, the viewer, to take away from this video, is that any goal that you want to reach, whether it be in life or as simple as a game, you can reach it. It just takes a lot of time and consistency. And it's a very tongue-in-cheek saying, but it's true. It's true. It may not take a month. It could take longer or even shorter depending on how you allocate your time. However, don't let losses, time, and other people discourage you. More than anything, what you're doing is for yourself and your personal growth. A community to help back you up and people who share similar goals also helps tremendously as well. Like-minded players are always great to have around for pointers in various perspectives. It's a big reason why I love the fighting game community in particular, but I feel like this can go out for a lot of communities as well. I love learning fighting games or any games that have any sort of competitive aspect to them. 2xKO has been a fun journey and I could see myself messing around with it more. And I probably will since I have that Blitzcrank skin. I love that boy. Oh my god. Maybe I could try out some Warwick again with a better understanding of the game. However, overall, I think I'm content with what I achieved so far. I'll certainly play the game more. It's fun, and I'll just keep going back at it with a bunch of different variations of my own team. Maybe try out a bunch of different characters. But I kind of want to journey more outward into different fighting games or just maybe even competitive games in general. And I also want to really get back into Street Fighter because that's my main game and I spent a whole month without playing it really. So I have a lot of work that I want to do in that game. But this journey's been fun. I'm going to be on to the next. But comment down below on what fighting game or any other competitive game that you want me to learn next. I'm up to the challenge. I want to see what I can do. But thank y'all for tuning in and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.